Main event. You talk about something that did not disappoint. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano.
Damn.
That was all action.
I don't even know where you started.
I was dead wrong. Go ahead, SP.
You know, the question I got is for Shawn Zittel, but I'm gonna save it for the end. But I turned it on while I'm at the tournament, and I mean, my phone was louder than the arena. These women like put on a performance for boxing in the MSG, and it was virtually amazing for me to just watch and listen and hear how that fight was going round by round. Every round was close. I had Katie Taylor win the first 3 rounds. And then I felt like she started to slow down in that 3rd round. And I said, I knew that something was going to change for her the way that she had performed in that 3rd round. I said that was a closer round for Serrano. I still don't think Serrano won that round. But I think if Katie Taylor does not move, she's going to start to get hit more, and then we're going to start to see this fight change and go the other way. I felt like it did that. I had a question for you 3 guys. Actually, I got more of a comment and also a question as well. But I always feel that even though I feel like I think I know what a fighter should do, I feel like I keep a pretty open mind about what's happening in the ring and judging what's going on.
Oh, no.
Especially what's happening in the ring. I felt like Katie Taylor won the first 3 rounds. I felt like she outboxed Serrano, and I felt like Serrano was a step behind and also 2 or 3 punches behind Katie Taylor as well. Did y'all see that in the beginning of the fight? I didn't want to make any excuses, but I was watching on my phone. I was like, I don't want to make any excuses, but I feel like Katie Taylor won the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
No, you nailed it. You could tell by the end of the 3rd round, I think Serrano finally, she started to find the mark with her left hand right there at the end of the 3rd. And no, you got it right, Shawn. You could see at the end of the 3rd round, even though Taylor still won that round, that the tide was about to change. And then Serrano won the 4th round, and then she almost knocks her out in the 5th, has it really in the 6th.
How she stayed on her feet in the 5th, I'll never know.
Man. Hey, that's crazy.
I almost got knocked out on Ant's couch when she got hit by.
I almost took a knee for her.
Yeah, that was.
And when you're talking Black Lives Matter,
that was wild.
I can't say that.
Well,
so I would get it.
So what?
I don't know. Probably can.
Go ahead, Zittel.
So what it was Shawn said before the fight that Serrano would have to tighten up her defense and her head, her movements that she does. She'd have to tighten it all up. And you could see in the first 3 rounds she was getting countered by Taylor's speed and really that left hook. And that was impressive by Katie Taylor because she's always been able to time girls coming in, and I guess that's counterpunching, but she did more pure counterpunching with that left hook. And and we not criticize, but we talk about she has that Olympic style, kind of that amateur style still, but she turned it up a notch with that counter left hook early in the fight.
Absolutely.
But Serrano, once she tightened up her defense, like Shawn said she would need to, that's when she began to come on, and then she almost knocked her out in the 5th. And then even though she won the 6th round, I felt like she kind of got away from that. Yeah. She got away from her defense a little bit and got a little reckless. And I felt like that allowed, Katie to survive that round, even though Amanda won it. And Katie was able to get her 2nd win. And I thought the fight should have been a draw, but I had no problem if the judges scored it either way. It was that kind of fight.
Yeah. So I think of the 4 of us, I also had it a draw. I think Shawn had it a draw. I think you had it a draw. I think Zittel and I had draw, but leaning Taylor. Yeah. And you guys had draw leaning Serrano. Am I accurate in stating that?
Yeah.
So my biggest takeaway, and I'm 1000% guilty of this, so I'm honest enough to admit when I'm wrong. About the fight, but also, so when you look at the scoring, you can only score 1 round once.
Right.
So even if Serrano's rounds that she won were much more clearly won, that doesn't mean she won the fight. Which I think, like I said, myself, I get caught up in that all the time. But it is something where it's like, just because she won those rounds convincingly, doesn't mean you look back and you go, oh, well, she won the fight. She dominated her early on. She almost knocked her out. Yeah, but there was 8 rounds outside of that. So it doesn't just kind of equal that equation out.
And we got a good fight because literally it's 4 of us and it's 50-50 split.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm okay with Katie winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it was a robbery either way.
Scorecards I thought was a little too wide, but it is what it is. But we got a great fight.
I mean, all 3 judges scored the 10th for Taylor, and I thought Serrano won that round.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have swung the decision in her way. But.
And one judge had a 10-8 round in the 5th.
Right.
What was the 5th? What's round she hurt her in? The
5th.
5th.
And then it came back in the 6th and kept turning it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like she should just calm down, kind of like when Stevenson dropped Valdez, and just keep working her. I felt like she blew her load in that round, and just she gave so much to get her out of there that when she didn't get her out of there, Katie got her second win and came back even stronger on the second half of the fight, which that's where she won the fight. I feel like second half of the fight, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super. I mean, by Katie Taylor, like what,
Hell of a performance.
Yeah. Hard.
Hell. One of the best fights I've ever seen. So all credit to the women's, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shawn, that was on the level of Keith Thurman Porter. I gotta say.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That was up there.
They had their Morales Barrera exchanges to end the fight.
And even to close on just the event in general, you had not only obviously those two who are 2 of the best in the game, you had Layla Ali, Christy Martin was there,
Clarissa Shields, Michaela Mayer, Baumgartner, Sinisi Estrada.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Breckhouse was there. It was
Genie Foods.
Yeah, it was a great event overall. And then back to Vegas.
And then just shout out to Serrano because it's crazy that there's some fighters that move up and win titles in multiple divisions like Shakur, like Floyd. They're doing it as the smaller fighter with their skills and outboxing people. But Serrano is going after Katie Taylor for 10 rounds, not taking a step back. And she's the little girl. Like she's the one who's a natural featherweight. And she kept, so it's just crazy that she stayed on top of, because Katie Taylor is so strong when you look at her traps. And
you could see her at times when they got in.
Yeah,
tussle.
Absolutely.
So tremendous by Katie Taylor recovering in the second half, and then just tremendous by Serrano being the natural featherweight, going after the bigger fighter all night and hurting her. And we got to see part 2 in Dublin.
Yeah, and all credit to Eddie Hearn, and you guys know I'm not.
They promoted.
Big fan of Jake Paul.
They promoted.
Jake Paul brought it to the table, made it happen. He was 50% of it too.
Yeah,
they got the women paid. Keep getting these women's paid in boxing, man.
Absolutely,
they gave us a great performance.
No question.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ed. Follow me on IG, Ed with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again. All right.
Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.